I'm Eric from East Austin Succulents, and we're just going to be talking about soil today. There's tons of different soils that everybody uses. There's no one best soil. But first I'll talk about our mix, Succulent Gold, that we sell. It's just got tons of pumice, granite, compost. We've got some lime in there and gypsum. There's even turfus in there. And the main thing that you want with succulents is drainage. So we want things to dry out within a week, but still be nutrient rich. And I would say that we're about 50-50 inorganic stuff versus organic compost. This is turfus. This is great for a mix between water retention and drainage. Same with shale, you know, it's mostly for drainage, but it does retain some moisture. Sand, it's good for certain small things like turbinocarpus, and so just you have to use sand sparingly. Perlite is incredible for a plethora of things, drainage, and we also root things in perlite. Granite is great to just have a lot of for drainage. Pumice is the best material there is for succulents, but it is expensive. One thing that really sucks about perlite is it rises to the surface, therefore it looks bad. White things look bad at the top of your pretty plants, but it also flies around in the wind, you know? And when you're mixing it, you know, you could inhale it. So, you know, you want to get it wet before you're working with it. You can see how those particles kind of fly around. Pumice is dense. You're not, you know, I still have perlite on my hands, but it's dense. You don't get that. Now, the main problem that people have with rotting succulents is the soil mix, and that is because they're buying from big box stores, and what you're getting is not even soil, it's just peat. You can see that there's not much to this. It's mostly just perlite and peat. If you want your margin of error to be bigger, like i.e. it's gonna get hotter or colder, or you're gonna not do perfect nursery watering times, you just want a soil that is more airy and draining and also has more nutrients so that you won't kill your plants.
I'd like to get something ready for a show, and I want it to look like it's in habitat. I've got this little Aerocarpus I grew from seed. I've got some Epithalanthas, and you know, I took this picture when I was out in Big Bend with them just growing right next to each other. It's just cool to see something like that. I'm trying to recreate what I saw out in Big Bend with this In Situ mix. Usually what I want to do is put some rocks at the bottom, maybe a little pumice, so that the water doesn't sit at the bottom. This isn't a very deep pot. You know, sometimes you could use a bigger pot. I like to put some rocks down there. I usually use the East Austin Succulent mix. You want to go light on the perlite on the top, because if you have too much perlite on top, then it comes up through your top dressing and it doesn't look natural. Now this little guy is about 6 years old, and you know, it doesn't look like much from the top, but he's got a fat little tap root. Now I'll just stick him in there like that. Make sure that he's got plenty of support around there. So now I'm going to start putting some sand, which will weigh down a lot of this soil and that perlite and pumice. And just kind of pack that down. I can start sticking in some of my Epithalanthas. And then I think I want to go ahead and put the In Situ mix on. I want it to look like it's in situ. You know, we've got these great top dressings that also have the minerals that we're gonna need. Yeah, so I like these finer particles because they'll settle, and the bigger rocks that are still in there will show a little bit more. Let's see, and let's say we want a couple little more in there, little babies. I'm gonna stick them right over here. That. Oh, let me add my stick. All right, so here we go. It's looking pretty similar. I did add that turbinicarpus, but hey, turbinicarpus grow in the Chihuahuan Desert down in Mexico, so it counts. It's nice to have the smaller granules to make it look a little bit more natural. Now when I water, it'll settle and some of those rock pieces will fit in their place nicely, and you got a little habitat of cacti.
Pick up your succulent gold soil from East Austin Succulents and check the link in description for where you can get In Situ substrates online.